Here we are at MBA.com taking a look at another of the problem sampler that they provide for free as you consider taking the executive assessment. And this is a sentence correction problem style from the verbal section. Now, there are expected to be anywhere between 2 to 4 sentence corrections in either half of the executive assessment. And these questions should take you somewhere around a minute and a half or less for each individual question. And there's a very specific process that you're going to want to engage with as it pertains to sentence correction. So let's engage with that now. We're going to just set up the scratch work. We've got A, B, C, D, E here. We're going to put a line over top, and we're going to determine whether there is an error in the original as it is written by reading very deliberately and making sure that all of the pieces match conceptually more than grammatically. So if we read from the beginning, like the Dreyfuss affair in 1894 and the Sacco-Vanzetti trial in 1921, in 1950, the Hiss case would become the political cause of an era. The more so because it was the first time a congressional hearing was shown on television. Now, whenever you see the word like, you're going to know that you must determine whether the comparison within the sentence is up. And you can do this by breaking down the parts of the comparison and making sure that they are alike. So I'm going to have part one and part two, and we know that our comparative term is just like. So the non-underlined portion of any sentence correction must be correct. You cannot change it, so you have to accept it as it is. And so we know the first part of this comparison is the Dreyfuss. I'm just going to use D for Dreyfuss affair and the SV trial. So we have to be comparing in part two something that is analogous to this noun of the Dreyfuss affair and the Sacco-Vanzetti trial. But when we begin part two as it's written in the underlined portion, we begin with in 1950. And conceptually, not even grammatically, can we compare in 1950 to affairs and trials? Absolutely not. So without even really getting bogged down in the details of the grammar, we can eliminate choice A and choice B because choice A is the sentence is written always for any sentence correction, and choice B has the exact same error. I don't even care about the change from would to was. As soon as I find an error and I know that it's wrong, and I can eliminate these answer choices for sentence corrections. Thanks for watching this executive assessment explanation video. If you're enjoying the tips it contains, please consider liking it and potentially subscribing to this channel to be alerted when additional videos such as this are released by my guru. Also, check out the description below as it includes a link to our full executive assessment prep course produced with our partners at Analyst Prep. For now, let's get back to this video. Then we move down through the remaining answer choices and we're focusing on reasons to eliminate. And we know we can't compare the year 1950, so that allows us to eliminate choice D. And we really are left with either comparing against it or just the Hiss case. And we want to match what it was in the non-underlined. So that it is going to be what is known as a vague or ambiguous pronoun. We don't know what that it refers to definitely. Whereas the Hiss case is absolutely parallel in structure and concept from a comparative perspective to both the Dreyfuss affair and the Sacco-Vanzetti trial. And therefore, choice E is the correct answer for this sample sentence correction.